Thank you for joining us here for your national forecast. The first official week of spring is now underway across the country, but I have to be honest with you. It certainly does not look like spring. It does not feel like spring. And for many of you, it is going to look and feel a lot more like the middle of winter. We have a winter storm developing across Atlantic Canada. Not a spring shower. A full-fledged winter storm with heavy snow, strong winds, and significant travel impacts. On top of that, we are tracking multiple snowy systems moving from west to east across the country. And temperatures across much of Canada are still trending a couple of degrees below seasonal. So if you were hoping to put away the winter coat this week, hold on to it. You are going to need it. But before we get into all the snow and the wind, I do want to give a shout out to British Columbia. I know it has been so rainy for you. Week after week of gray skies and wet roads. But at least we are starting off this Monday on a nice, dry note. Vancouver, you are looking at a daytime high of 9 degrees today with a mix of sun and clouds. That is a beautiful start to the week for the South Coast. Enjoy it while it lasts because the rain will return soon. But for today, take the win. Moving east into the Prairies, it is a similar story of quiet conditions. Calgary, you are looking at a mix of sun and clouds. Regina, the same. No major weather systems to worry about today. A decent start to the week for the Prairie provinces. But as we shift our attention towards Ontario and Quebec, things start to get a little more active. We are starting off Monday on a cloudy note across both provinces, and that cloud cover is going to be quite persistent through the day. We are tracking scattered flurries across southern Quebec, light snow in some areas. Nothing heavy, but enough to remind you that winter is not done yet. And then highlighting towards the north, we do have some light snow moving in. That system will be packing a bit of a punch with strong winds. Anywhere between 30 and upward to 50 kilometers an hour could be expected as we head through Monday into Tuesday. So while the snow accumulations themselves are not as heavy compared to what we saw last week, the wind will make it feel colder and it will reduce visibility at times. So if you are traveling in northern Ontario or Quebec, be prepared for those gusty conditions. Now let's talk about the big story across the country today. Atlantic Canada. This is where all the action is. This is a winter storm. Not a weak system. Not a glancing blow. A legitimate, impactful winter storm that is going to bring heavy snow, strong winds, and significant travel disruptions. Let's break down the numbers. Across Newfoundland, we are looking at up to 40 centimetres of snow. That is a substantial amount. That is the kind of snow that shuts things down. Across the southern Maritimes, especially Nova Scotia, anywhere between 15 to 20 centimeters is expected. That is still a significant snowfall for this time of year. Now in terms of timing, the snowfall rates will pick up in intensity by late Monday morning into the afternoon. We are expecting 1 to 3 centimeters of snow per hour during the peak of this storm. That means roads will become snow-covered quickly. Visibility will drop. Travel will become dangerous. The snow will slowly taper off by Tuesday, but do not expect a quick return to normal. This storm is going to leave a mark. For Newfoundland specifically, this storm is going to be quite heavy through Monday overnight and into the pre-dawn hours of Tuesday. By late Tuesday morning and into the afternoon, we could see a transition over to a wintry mix depending on your location. But all in all, across the province, travel impacts and cancellations are highly likely. The snow is going to be quite substantial. This is a winter storm in every sense of the word. So if you are in Atlantic Canada, make your travel plans accordingly. If you do not need to be on the roads during the heaviest part of the storm, stay put. Give the crews time to clear the snow. This system will gradually taper off by Wednesday. Now let's shift our attention back towards the Prairies because we have more snow to talk about. The snow across the Prairies right now is quite disorganized in nature. Scattered. Light. Not a major event. But I want to pause here on Tuesday because that is when we see heavier snow filling in through late Tuesday into Wednesday. That system could bring travel impacts towards the Yellowhead Highway stretching down towards southern Manitoba. Now all in all, these systems moving across the Prairies are going to move quite fast. They will not linger. But they will pack a punch with the winds. So even if the snowfall totals are not extreme, we are still looking at that blowing snow threat with these storm systems. Visibility could drop quickly, especially in open areas. Through Tuesday into Wednesday, as the next system approaches, the snowfall rates do pick up. You will see those blues on the radar getting a little darker. The winds will be picking up as well. So if you are traveling across the prairies later this week, keep an eye on the forecast. Now across British Columbia, I mentioned you are starting off Monday nice and dry. Enjoy that sunshine and those highs near 9 degrees in Vancouver. But that Pacific moisture is going to funnel back in. The heavy rain is expected to return early Tuesday morning, taking you through Wednesday. Now I want to emphasize, it is not as substantial compared to what we saw last week. This is not another atmospheric river event. But there will be enough rain to make roads wet and travel slower than usual. The bigger concern in BC will be the mountain passes. Higher elevations will see snow, which is actually great news for the ski resort areas. They have been waiting for fresh snow. But for travelers, it means you need to be prepared for winter driving conditions even as we head into the second week of spring. Keep in mind the winds will be quite strong as this system moves in. So whether you are driving through the Coquihalla or heading towards the interior, check the conditions before you go. Let's do a quick run through the city so you have the numbers for your planning. In Vancouver, a mix of sun and clouds, 9 degrees. Victoria, similar, 8 degrees and partly sunny. Prince George, cloudy with flurries possible, -4. In Calgary, mix of sun and clouds, -2. Edmonton, mostly cloudy, -5. Saskatoon, cloudy, -6. Regina, mix of sun and clouds, -4. Winnipeg, mostly cloudy, -7. In Thunder Bay, cloudy with scattered flurries, -8. Sudbury, light snow, -4. Toronto, cloudy, -1. Ottawa, cloudy with flurries, -2. Montreal, scattered flurries, -3. Quebec City, light snow, -5. In Fredericton, snow developing, -1. Halifax, snow, 1 degree. Charlottetown, snow, 0. St. John's, heavy snow developing, -2 with gusty winds. In Whitehorse, partly cloudy, -10. Yellowknife, clear, -22. Iqaluit, cloudy, -24. If you are flying today, check your airline. The winter storm in Atlantic Canada will cause significant delays and cancellations, especially in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. The gusty winds in northern Ontario and Quebec could impact smaller flights. The rest of the country should see relatively smooth travel, but always check ahead. So that is your Monday. The first official week of spring, and it looks and feels like winter across much of the country. A winter storm in Atlantic Canada with up to 40 centimetres of snow. Multiple snowy systems moving across the prairies and into Ontario and Quebec. And temperatures still trending below seasonal from coast to coast. But there is a silver lining. British Columbia, you are starting the week dry and sunny. Enjoy it. The rain returns soon. And across the country, these systems are moving quickly. They will not linger for days. By Wednesday, Atlantic Canada starts to clear out. By the end of the week, we start to see a gradual moderation in temperatures. For now, if you are in Atlantic Canada, make your travel plans around this storm. Do not drive through the heaviest snow if you can avoid it. If you are in the prairies, watch for blowing snow as those systems move through. And if you are in BC, enjoy the sunshine today because the rain is coming back. Check on your neighbors. Make sure pets are inside and warm. Give yourself extra time if you are commuting. And remember, spring is here on the calendar. The weather just has not caught up yet. Thank you for joining us for your national forecast. We will be back with updates as this winter storm develops. Until then, stay safe, stay warm, and watch for those changing conditions. Thanks for watching.